catch up and get where you need to be when you need to be there?
I'm very confident, and maybe it's my young enthusiasm, but I really feel good about what we're going to teach. I really feel great about the guys that we have, the coaches that are going to teach it. And, you know, from what I learned about the players that were on this team, there's a lot of guys here willing to learn that are going to pick it up fast.
Just today's news that stay has been granted, and you know it's not looking until at least that June 3rd hearing. Does that strike fear that maybe there's no OTAs or mini camp now?
I don't know. You know, we learned the news when we were driving down here, Neil and I, and I guess what it means is there will be a stay at least until there's a hearing in June. So we'll just deal with it. And I think when we're up and running, we'll get it done.
Would you be happy if you saw that those guys got together, you know, again another time while they're waiting for this thing to get resolved, another time or two?
I think it's great. Obviously, I can't direct them, but I just think it's great that they're getting together, and I'm glad they are.
Is it pretty encouraging? Oh, sorry. Is it pretty encouraging when you hear reports that Josh Cribb says, "Well, hey, we were looking at the routes they ran in St. Louis and trying to emulate that"? Was that pretty encouraging to hear that they've gone that far into detail?
I think so, because the players are curious about what it's going to look like, and so what they do is they go back and look at places you've been, and they're, the players are sports fans. They're fans of the other teams. They know a lot of the players, and so they communicate behind the scenes quite a bit, and I'm sure that's what's happening.
Pat, the general consensus has been that the lockout's going to really hurt a team and impact a team like the Browns with a new coach and new systems. You don't see it that way, though?
I don't. What I see is 32 teams playing on a level playing field. Every team is new every year. There's some established teams that are teaching new systems. There's established teams that may be breaking in new quarterbacks, just speaking about on offense, and the same thing on defense. So every team, even if you're an established team, somewhat recreates itself each year. And so there's going to be learning for everybody.
Has it given you a chance to really get to know your staff in a way you may not have with all the players this whole time?
Yeah, it has. We all had a list of things as coaches that you would like to do if you had time to do them, and then you never had time in the off season. So we're working on those lists, and some of it has to do with getting to know each other.
Is Coach Holmgren staying busy?
Absolutely. He's as busy as the rest of us. There's a lot to do to run a team, as we might all know.
Can you watch any more film of the guys from last year that were here when you got here? Have you watched all you can watch and know as much as you can know about them until you see them live? Based
on what we've seen on tape, probably. We'll go back and redo it. Coaches tend to want to overdo it, so with the time permitting, really what you try to do is work on yourself. It's fun for me to try to get to know the players without really knowing them, and so that when we get a chance to work with each other, either confirm or deny what I think.
What are you hearing from the fans when you've met with them? I mean, you've been at a couple of these kind of events. Are they giving you a message, or what are they saying to you?
Well, it's obviously it's a fun thing for me to see such a passionate fan base. Everywhere we go, Neil and I seem to be on a little tour here, but everywhere we go, there's such passion for the Browns, and it's really exciting to be the new coach.
Any fans said anything that particularly made a mark, or that you remember?
Lots of marks, all positive, of course. It's just amazing how excited they are for the new season, and I think there's a lot of good things happening in Cleveland. Heck, the Indians. I got to spend some time with Mark Shapiro the other night, and he was so excited about the way the season started, and so we hope that they're just setting the bar high for us.